Thanks for checking this out, and I hope it's helpful for your business. So, here's an interesting situation. What does one do when a campaign is successful, when everything is at or even surpassing your goals? This is an example of taking a deeper look and finding further value in an already well-performing campaign. It illustrates the importance of asking the right questions and finding solutions specific to a particular situation, a bespoke approach. It was a well-performing Google search campaign with the average cost per acquisition, CPA, being below the company's $50 target. In other words, we were spending less than $50 in Google ad cost to get a new revenue-generating sale. Google's target CPA auto-bidding setting for that $50 goal was in place, where, as we know, Google's algorithm decides how much to pay for each click within the market. But was there still an opportunity to improve? I built all of these individual segments, of course keeping confidentiality beyond this, and each of these circles represents different keyword targeting with unique ads bringing people to specific landing pages. Each is a different set of Google searchers brought to the appropriate product fitting them. This campaign became one of the core revenue drivers for this successful startup, which, prior to my joining, only had a placeholder Google Ads account and campaign set up. Again, it was doing well with a $50 CPA or lower achieved, and here are all the profitable segments. The lower we go down the y-axis, the lower the average cost we're paying for that new revenue transaction, and thus the more profit there is per transaction. The bottom right are the best segments, of course, highly profitable and high volume. These are the difficult segments with too high cost per acquisition. There is a signal of value here, meaning revenue is generated, but it's unprofitable. Each transaction takes value away from the business. However, the standard approach is to leave the campaign as is and trust the auto bidding. Maybe one would not even notice or care about the under the hood segments that are wasteful because the total performance is excellent. Or you can simply turn off these high cost per conversion segments as a quick optimization. There's a better approach. I ring-fenced these problematic segments. I'll explain what I mean by that. The logic is, don't leave money on the table when there's a signal of value, but instead reprice it. How did I execute on this? The problem is that auto bidding sometimes pays too high a cost per click, a CPC. Side parenthesis, I've also seen this in other situations. Even low-hanging fruit, i.e. easier audience targets like remarketing to site visitors, may sometimes need detailed segmentation and repricing, calculating the exact cost per click, or in the case of YouTube, the cost per view. The auto bidding is overpaying for the clicks given the resultant and actual CPA achieved. The logic here is, let's calculate instead the appropriate maximum cost per click based on prior conversion rates and this $50 CPA goal that we want to achieve. Think of it like this. You wouldn't give your credit card to an airline and simply let them decide what to spend on your flight to New York. Yes, perhaps an extreme analogy, but I wanted to make the point that very often this is what is happening with auto bidding. We're letting the ad platform decide the price for us, even in difficult situations where we should take back some control. Look at how much lower my exact CPC calculations are. And the thing is, 36 cents might not get us into the Google auction, but that's fine. We've effectively reduced spend in an unprofitable segment, or we get in front of people at the price that we want when it is possible. Think of the ad activity like a financial portfolio. You're allocating among different investments based on their performance. That's what I mean by repricing and ring fencing. I turned off these original segments in the auto bid campaign, but then I moved them into their own manually bid campaign where I calculated the exact maximum price allowed for each segment, even down to the keyword level. What were the results? Well, the CPA was actually reduced by 63% in these unprofitable segments, going down to only $44. Very profitable and much better than the original $118, of course. So that's the point. There was value here, and turning them off would be leaving money on the table. It's better to keep these segments going for incremental revenue and at the efficiency desired. Hope that helps, and have a great day.